Hi, this is Kelly here from Crafting on the Fly, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pine tree coaster with the Mosaic Crochet. I also made a pillowcase with the same pattern, so you can either make it as a pillowcase and just use 3 repeats of that same pattern, or just use one set of this pattern for the coaster. So today I'll show you how to do the coaster. So we're just taking off that first row here where the pine tree trunk is, so that it's a symmetrical design. So you're starting on that second, or actually on the third row. And Mosaic Crochet is always done in alternating colors. You have 2 colors and they always alternate. And you basically do them with the basic stitch is a back loop single crochet, and everywhere where you see an X in the chart you do a front loop double crochet. But first you gotta chain, the motif actually is 15, but you have to add an extra chain on the front and the back for a regular double single crochet. So I'm gonna chain 17. In that first color, and since it's alternating colors, you always cut your yarn at the end of the row and start over on the right side. So as a right-handed crochet, you do the right side, left-handed, you start from the left side. So then you start with your next color, which is the green here. You chain 1 and do a single crochet in that same stitch, or chain at this. And then for that first real row you do a single crochet all the way across. And this brings you to this row already here in that next color, again the yellow, since you're alternating. And as you can see on the pattern, there was no X there, so you just did a back loop single crochet all the way across until you reach the, so I'm just still working on that. So the back loop single crochets across, just a back loop, and then a regular, like a regular single crochet, but only in that back loop. And then you get to the last stitch, and then you do a regular single crochet. So it's always a regular single crochet in the front and in the back, the beginning and the end of your work. And that's in addition to the pattern, normally what's shown on the chart. And here's the first part. Now we're getting to the green, and then you see there's an X there in the middle for the tree trunk to pull up that color over the yellow. So first you're doing that, and then you have to calculate that. Just count how many stitches there are until you get to that X. But first again you're going to bring up the color, the green, which is the dark color in the chart, the black. Chain 1 and do a single crochet in that same stitch. And then there was 7 back loop single crochets, then until you get basically to the center, since the tree trunk is in the center of the design. And then here you do a front loop double crochet to bring that color, the green, over the yellow, so that it looks like it's only green there. So you go in that front loop of the chain 1 row below, and then do a double crochet. And that's how that works to bring in the color. And then just again the back loop single crochets across, and you do in the back loop so that you have that front loop always to possibly bring that color over. to have something to crochet into. And the last stitch, a regular single crochet, and then fasten off. And there you can see already the tree trunk coming in, just like I have with my pillow. So next row you can see there's 2 X's in the beginning, and then a cross and then 2 X's at the end. So we're going to start again with the next color, the yellow, alternating colors. Chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch, and then right now you have to do that front loop double crochet, that mosaic part, and then another one, and then just the back loop single crochets across until you get to the other side, where you again do 2 mosaic front loop double crochets and then the single crochet in the last stitch. So there we are, front loop double crochet, in the stitch below, and it's always going into the previous row to connect the 2 colors for that mosaic front loop double crochet, and that completes that row. Now the next one is again in the green, the dark color, and there's only the X in the center to connect that tree trunk. So now that you can see is that pattern starting to form, you can just go by that. So the single crochet in the same stitch, that first one, and then back loop single crochet 7 across, and then the front loop double crochet. Next row, you keep going just with all those until you build it up. Now the pine tree is almost complete, and you can see here be part of the pattern. Now the next row has lots of X's, so you have to go down every 2. So cast on, chain 1, and single crochet in the same stitch. And first the back loop single crochet, 2 of those, and then 2 front loop double crochets, and going all across like that. back loop single crochet and then mimic the same pattern like I did before with the 2 front loop, 1 back loop and 2 front loops. Two more on the back loop, and then the last one is the single crochet in the last stitch. And now this next row has no X, so it's just back loop single crochets all across. But you're still gonna start with the chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch, and then just as the back loop single crochets across, and then just a single crochet in the last stitch. And for this coaster you only use 1 pattern, the pattern is this, but then for the pillow you're doing 3 of the same tree basically in a row, and then also 3 rows of it, so it's 3 columns and 3 rows to have the bigger size square pillow. And even, you can do even more for like a blanket or even a scarf. So now we're at the end, and just do the single crochet there and then fasten up. For the next row we got 4 regular ones and then 3 mosaic front flip double crochets and then another regular one and 3. So this pattern is symmetrical, so it's just like from the tree trunk on both sides it's the same, so it's also easier to remember. And then you always start with the single crochet in the beginning and end with a single crochet at the end of your entire work area. So if you have 3 repeats in between, if you do a longer piece, then just do the single crochet at the end, not in between each repeat. So that's the first of the 3 front loop double crochets, and another one. And then the third. And then the single crochet or the back loop single crochet in the back, and then again the front loop double crochet, 3 more on this side. Now there's again one more row of the green and there's no X, so it's just again the back loop single crochets across, but first you start with the chain 1 and the single crochet in the first one, and then going all across. Now this row has the 5 single crochets and then 5 front loop double crochets in the front, and then again 5 single crochets. So again, start with pulling up loop and then chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and then those 5 back loop single crochets. And then those 5 front loop double crochets. And then again 5 back loop single crochets. And then finally a regular single crochet in the last stitch. And for the last row, it's just regular back loop single crochets again in the green. And that will be the last row for this coaster. But if you want to make the pillowcase, then just could do 1 or 2 solid rows across with the back loop single crochet. First like the green like this one now, then another yellow one and another green one, and then start the same pattern over again. So this way you get the bigger square for the pillow. And then once you're done, fast enough, and I will do some single crochet around as a border. But this is the whole pattern. So just start in a corner with the yellow yarn, chain 1, and then do another chain there, and then go with the double crochet all the way to the next corner, single crochet, I'm sorry. And then 3 single crochets in that corner stitch. And then again single crochets along the edge here, and if you want you can catch all the ends there with the yarn in that border, or you can just weave them in later. I kind of did a combination. Some I already put in and others I weaved in later. Like those little ones, I can just do it right now. And then again 3 single crochets in the corner. And single crochets along the edge there. That's the bottom edge, and because it was so short I just put them all in the ends. So once you're all around with your first row, just chain one, slip stitch to the first chain, chain in one, and then single crochet to one that corner, and then keep going again around. There's a single crochet in each single crochet from the previous round, and then 3 in the corner again. So here's that corner one. So 3 single crochets right here. And then again, single crochets around, and just a 3 in each corner. And this is how the back looks, is the stripes, since you did alternating colors. And now you can weave in the ends, and then that will be a finished coaster.